All right, let's jump into the charts. I've been away for a few days. It'll be fun going on. Starting off the last month, in mind that I was tapering off to what pairs do towards the end of the month. Sometimes a lot of settle down and continue the moves that they were originally. So yeah, Aussie CAD just been its way down. This would be the full monthly move. Slow, it's got this huge, yeah, not much there with that. Trades, setups with this. And prices bearish. Moving average, that's good. Like this. Candle close, it's still much bigger than low. Don't really know much about Aussie CAD yet. Let's see, that's up. Swiss is hitting this resistance area once again. It's tapping it. It looks to be getting rejected right in the daily. I originally had this just headed down to its monthly low, which decided to come back up a bit and just fighting with the zones. I mean, based on this, probably not too much is going to happen this week. And it could totally switch and could come head lower, but it looks to be consolidating to fight this area for a while, and will most likely low for a while. So I got out of this trade before. I made money, it wasn't a ton. The full move that I wanted, the money that I wanted. It is still trending in the right direction. Still super bearish. Continue with just waiting. If it starts breaking lows, then. But for right now, it seems to fight with this zone and make sure that it won't. That Aussie yen. So I've busted up this zone here. Don't really have any thoughts. There is an area up here, but it's way up here. Aussie yen pretty much consolidate other Aussie pairs. Obviously super bearish or super bullish, sorry, and it is making higher highs, but just not enough. Again, the month. So this is another pair that we're probably just gonna have to wait out. I'm waiting for the momentum to come back to all the yen pairs. I like trading the yen very well. Buy them. Generally they do pretty well. So, but as of right now, you can't really do that with Aussie yen or any of the pairs. You have to wait it out, and there's no sense in jumping right now. Hang it heads up. It doesn't usually favor you well in trading. So just wait. Hurry up, and it's kind of the logic behind it. So that is what we will do. We'll have zones in higher highs, but slow. Just wait. The QE keeps a little bit more. So it's rejecting this there. This is a whole level. The 109 level, it's rejecting in this area. Oh. Got up early, it's 540. So yeah, it is rejecting the level. Again, it's not doing a lot. This pair just was anyways, but right now it's just really not a lot. Technically bullish now, it's about this much, but I don't see it hit this zone, then it printed a huge bearish candle out of the zone. Now it's might lower the other Aussie pairs, but it's not really trading here. So I don't want to set up any trades. Not much. I just have to yen as well. Aussie dollar, the zone rejected slowly. It's fighting with the moving average here, so it's actually support above this moving average. Keep in mind there, it's not really at any zones. There's no real good potential trades or anything that I see here. Resistance, but the 4 hour there's a lot of buyer support here, but there's not really previous zone. It's function support zone. Yeah, and it's not really worth buying. I'm just bullish. Moving average is finding, to me, it's just not enough. Aussie 200, so I've been bullish. I've been wanting to sell this for a while. It doesn't wants to do that, but it also doesn't go higher. So it's hitting all these candles, barely bullish candles in this zone. So I do think eventually sell off dramatically down. When, I don't know. I mean, I thought it back on July 19th right here with this, I thought it would have, and then I thought the next day, huge wick and on and out for whatever reason decides to. So really weird, but it is what it is. Not much you can do. That's trading for you. You just gotta, you can, best judgment. I did. I'm not in it to wait, but it would make you wait till price below this area. Yeah, you want to see price break this area, because once price breaks this area, then you get the judgment and say that, well, the bears they're breaking. Now it's clearly just getting rejected. It's not enough for it to have to break and underneath the head lower. So we're gonna wait for that. CAD Swiss, its retracement came down to this zone. It's full monthly range, 300 pips, and then retracing back up slowly but surely. These are nice healthy candles. Big bull candle, pullback candle, big bull candle. Now it's a pullback candle, so there's no real trades here that are worth taking. There's just not enough pips in it. Most likely it is heading back upwards and retracing percent zone, the 618 zone. So that's CAD Swiss. Very exciting with that one. So CAD yen completed its full retrace up perfectly. So now with this, there's not really much I can do now. I just have to wait. You don't come back down in the zone before heading up. You straight up reject. Like the 618 zone is a retracement but it's also as above it. So we just have to wait on this one as well. It's going to be a lot of waiting for this monthly, but I mean, odds are there'll be some setups we'll find later on. The first bunch of pairs right now So yeah, CAD yen, obviously we're bullish. We'll just have to wait. This is a really nice created, see that. And then if this, I'd like to see this down a bit to create support in the next few days, probably the rest of the week, and then to really just buy order at the start of next, hit that full range, get 5, 6, and let price smash going up. That's to wait. Yen. So the 164.5 level that I have, full monthly range, I think it will hit that this week, but a big after it broke this is nice. It's obviously very bullish. It wants to go up, but the other yen pairs just don't really, so there's not enough momentum for yen to go up, but it is. It will be slow. No trades either to wait. Could jump in down to this level, but it will, and come down to this level. I wouldn't take a trade off that. It's just not. That's what happens towards the end of the month. All these pairs have moved so much, they're kind of burnt out. There's not enough money in any of them really to make money, like for it to be worth the risk to reward. Me personally, I don't want to get 50 pips on 500. The big moves, I want the start of the month moves. I'm full weekly on little scalps here and there. People do, but this yen, we just have to wait. It is still super bullish though, so be ready for big buy orders. Take advantage of them. Okay, so this dollar index has perfect, I said it would, up to this 618 zone. It's retracing. Very effective. These are all, there's been no pullback, kept healthy. Bull can, I like this going down. It just goes straight down. When it comes back up, it straight up. No real zigzag. Any weird candles with huge wicks, weird price for pulling at that. So we'll see what happens when price into this actual between the, we'll see what the dollar does. Obviously bearish. So we're still gonna look to sell the dollar, just not to achieve some short the dollar. But as of right now, I thought it would. It's perfectly. It's full monthly move here, which was perfect. It's full range, 404 index point, call it. So from the 103 level to the 25 level, didn't take long at all. So that's really what you, after it makes full monthly move, which it did, retraces back and tests those prices up here that it broke. So that's very healthy price action there. So we'll wait till this comes up here. Of that, if it breaks it, then buy the dollar a bit, but to wait a little bit longer because it's got to come pretty close. Still gotta wait. Oh, this euro 50. I was in a trade, but I got out. We still have to. It's still taking its sweet ass time. So, like this is like the painful part of trading where you wait. Like you know what it's gonna eventually do, but it just hasn't done it. I do believe this is to break low, but it just didn't. It came down. Did not have enough momentum to break this little mini zone. So come back up a little bit. Just slowly drift back up. Big area here. Find resistance, sell off. We might have to wait till next month for it to have enough momentum to do so, for enough bears to come into the market to short this down, crack this, break even lower. As far as this goes, it's never completed its move yet. So there's hope that way, but I don't know when this is to break low, but eventually it will. And the more times that price hits a zone, less likely. So, but so based on that logic, I would break higher, but I just doing that. But we'll see. I mean, this has held the price. This zone has held price 5 times, huge time. This zone's only held twice, so just have to wait, which I don't mind doing, but this plays out. Euro 50, now we're moving to Aussie, hit this zone. So I actually have faith in them. Obviously respected this zone, this 166 level, just tapped, rejected this whole zone. Price came out of this zone, big bearish, came back up, bearish. So now there is quite a bit of bearish momentum towards this zone here. Could break it, go towards it 5 level. It's full monthly move, and this pair, once it starts moving, it really does. So I actually hit its full monthly move at time. This is August here. So I mean, if the bears stay in here and they keep moving, it'll break. There'll be a lot of momentum. Probably won't take a ton to really push close to the low. Moving average will catch up probably too. That's quite a bit. That's a pretty big move, but I mean, Euro Aussie, like when it moves, it went that way. So it's nice to see that it did everything that I thought it would. Time breaking this zone, even though it is bullish, it is above this zones. Instead, if it breaks it, if it starts down, well then that invalidates the target here. Can't break this low range, but we'll see. This is like a nice, very nice bearish. It's already moved at full day range of 135 pips. It's at 107 Tuesday. So much more today, but we'll see. Gonna watch that. I mean, maybe find a trade. Not today, but there might be a trade come. It pulls back up a little bit, finds, then you can target lower. We'll see. We'd have to just wait for the proper setup and to take, because they're smaller moves. You would only really target zone. Here's not a range there to make off of, if that makes sense. But it's definitely worth this pair again and go over it and see any setups. Okay, so EuroCAD did it's really nice. Did a nice full month, found its resistance, then retraced perfectly. This is the retracement. Price is basically just sitting outside of it now. Wow, that's great. So that would have been a really nice retracement trade. Obviously, if you got in on that one, Yeah, that's textbook monthly moves, super effective. You're basically trading based on prices normal, not anything crazy. It's very logical. It's up, retrace, capitalize on that retrace. After the main move is done, capitalize on that retracement. That's all this trade was. Worked out really well. It's kind of fun. Some resistance here. There's no trade setups for this now. We're probably gonna have to wait for a reset next month, and then for trades on the monthly move. So as far as we can now, EuroCAD is still bullish, hitting average. But I mean, if this monthly can close today, great. As far as continuing upwards, I'd probably look at all the euro pairs and what their trajectory looks like for next month before making a trade on this pair. But yeah, I'm really happy to see that nice play out properly. So yeah, that's EuroCAD. We have to wait on this as well for most likely next month to see how it sets up in the full reset, because it did its monthly move. Now just wait and see what it set up. Okay, Euro Swiss. So I've been waiting a while for break this zone, head to its monthly low, which it is doing now. So this is really ever, it seems, old areas. So yeah, so this is a really perfect trade. If you would have got in up here like I did right now, that you could take something based on this breaking zone. Set your stop right at the top of this. It's a very bearish candle, so a lot of momentum to this zone. You know, you could wait for some close in this. This 4 hour closes below this level and below this, you're probably good to go. But again, I got in the trade early up here, so more major zone. As it breaks this zone, there's not enough pips there for me to take another trade, add to it, because this is what's left of the pips. So it's not a significant enough move add to my position, so I'd let that play out, but it is doing so. Perfect. Rejected, came up back to this zone, bearish momentum into this zone, came up, rejected, found more resistance right here in between the two zones, and now good to see do that. So Euro Pound, this was a little bit interesting. It came up way higher than I thought it would, but now obviously found this zone and got super rejected. These massive, so now this bearish move out of this zone, it's still below this moving average, so Euro Pound still bearish. As far as monthly move would go, you're looking at like this. It'll hit that full range for the month, but that was initial range. It's obviously gonna have to break this zone, which is significant. Wait and see with this pair. Don't really trade Euro Pound. It's just move enough for me usually, but if it breaks it quite a bit lower, because nothing here, so a bit space for moves, big move, and Euro Pound. But yen rejecting at this area again. Not much happening probably. Let's see how the other euro pairs are feeling, but they still very just wait and see. It is making higher highs, but if bulls in the month are buying it, it wants to go up, and it will go up in the market. You can see this massive bullish candle, but right into this previous, the bulls are there. They're not enough to break this area and keep getting higher, so we have to. Euro Kiwi, okay, so the same as Euro AUD, Euro Aussie, rejecting this. A big bullish candle into it, then a massive bearish out of it, totally in candle. So now this might continue first, so that would be the full monthly range. If it does this, that's a lot for it to move. I could, as long as this continues, which I think it will, it would have to break this level obviously, but it could do it. There's what, 4 or 5, there's today, more days, 4.5 for it to do that, quite a bit, but possible. It aligns with Euro Aussies, correlate quite a bit, Euro Kiwi and Euro Aussies. Yeah, I mean, I would short that. Just have to wait for area of support to sell off. You'd have to see price come back up to reject and enter to get a very good risk to reward, but I don't really want that right now. We'll see tomorrow maybe if anything sets up. So yeah, again, this is a good short position. You can get in where you want to set your stops. It's reward wise for you, but I do see this lower and lower, the attacking low, if not this week, but no. Okay, perfect. Wow, these euro pairs are really moving down nicely now. So euro dollar here, full monthly move, just perfect. Found its rejection very nicely. Hit this zone, come up a little bit more, decides no, we're done. This is our 12.5 areas where we're done for the month. Prints a nice wick here out of this zone, and then just boom, perfect retrace out of this. It's this 50% level, just perfect. Starting to reject this zone too. I mean, this is like textbook perfect monthly trading. Like I love this. I didn't end up capitalizing on any of this move. I don't know why. I just missed it, I guess. I was waiting for this retracement, and then I don't know if there just wasn't enough. It looks really good now, but maybe at the time I'd seen something else, which does happen, or I was probably tied up and I'll take anything off this one. But as of right now, no, this is perfect. Does its full, then retraces perfect at level. Is still obviously very bullish. And remember when we have the dollar pair here, you can see that the dollar is retracing, so which would be pushing the euro dollar down. So that's all, and things function properly. Yeah, this is now hitting the 50% area. It is rejecting. We're gonna wait and see how the month closes. If this starts to head back up, that's a good sign that it wants to continue bullish. If the dollar starts selling off, you push this as well. So we'll see how this month closes, and if euro dollar is a good buy for next month, you know, you capitalize on the full move and you hit that this 400 pip move. That's what as well, that 400 pip move up. So, but we need to see some bullish come back into this. It's nice, retraced perfectly like it should have. But before we buy it, see that bullish re-enter the market. Basically that signal the bulls do want to keep buying this, but it's got to be at a significant price. So it hit that significant price, it hit that full retrace, so it's on sale now. So if we were to buy it, it's a good price, but you don't want to buy it until the other bull. Wait this week and see how this start coming back up. You know, I like where in this, if this candle closes like this, obviously good sign it's too bearish. It starts pulling back upward. Next month's to go up, so we'll wait for that. Okay, so breaking this zone earlier. Yeah, so this is the monthly before down to 6. I kind of want to do it. Wild. Some pairs move a lot at the end. This so it is just breaking this 4-hour moving average. You can see lower lows, or lower highs and lower lows. So yeah, this is probably good to keep shorting down. I mean, good target this week's level. It's still got 400 to do it a day. It's 4.5 days in the month. So I mean, it could do it. It could keep going down to this level. Come down to where you want to get in on it, pull back up before getting in. You get in now. Learn about your stops. If a swing trade, you do that, but I do see pound Aussie down to low, but it is still bullish. Just got to keep that in mind. It's way above this though. I do think it's going to head low down to this 186 level, and I retest this area over here. Pounds overall are weakening a little bit, so that's what I think. Pound Aussie. So pound CAD again, another text. Pretty much perfect retracement trade, taking out this 160 or this 618 level, and big bearish candle through it, and now is rejecting. So this tells me that doesn't want to honor the retracement, which therefore means it's now become bearish. But it's a little early to really make that a statement. But from what I see here, it did its retracement move, but it's still going. It's going deep. So I mean, it could be a deeper retracement. And because it's the end of the month, there's not enough bulls, you know, and it's summertime. So in theory, all the big banks start buying this now because it did do its full retracement. The banks and stuff, they instead of be buying it, are just they're on vacation. It's summertime, so there's just not enough people buying it now. So I mean, that might come in the start of next month. You know, it might just be a real deep retracement this month, or it might be more bearish. The moving average is here, so it's still quite a bit of ways, 400 pips away. So still bullish, but I would not buy it yet. I would wait till there's significant bullish momentum to the market, because right now there's, if you're buying this now hoping that it's, you know, that it's finished its retracement to start heading higher, you might get stuck in a position you really don't want to be in, and it must keep, if it's just doing a deep retrace, that continue down slowly, and that'll just eat at you. Money's all tied up and you swap fees and that, so you don't want that. And then like that would be best case scenario. Worst case scenario is this is bearish now, and now you're in a position going the complete wrong way, and you don't want that either. So I would personally just wait. I would wait for this retracement to obviously stop. I would come back in, see big bullish momentum coming back into the market, and then enter a long position, or just wait till, you know, if price keeps going down, wait for it to hit a signal like this one, and then maybe place your position. But that would a bit, so just wait on that one. Oh, pound Swiss. So this was a trade I took before, did really well on. Didn't hit my 110.5 level here, but it was very close. I could see the momentum was shifting, so I got out, and now we can see that some wicks retesting this area. Yeah, still a very good. This was still a very good move. It was very close to hitting the full range at the 1.5 level. Short now is pulled up, retesting this level. Will probably not move much the rest of the month. The other pairs, but I do like my Swiss pairs. I like to think that's the best way money long to take the consistent, even if they're not big moves, but they operate properly and effective and efficient. Tying up a huge bunch of capital and consolidate forever, just go against you forever. Swiss pairs move pretty well. You can see like this was its full monthly move. Came up a little bit short, but it basically did just a perfect just down, pullback, down, tiny pullback. And who knows, maybe this will actually hit this before August 1st. I mean, that's actually very possible. Now that I look at it, could do something like this. You'll get a jump in right now, let price come back up to this, come up 10 more pips, jump in, get a 4 here. You can drop this stop a little bit, drop it to the top of the handle like that. Look at that one. You can get a 4.5 R here. If you let price just come back up 10 pips, hit this again, short it right at this zone, and target this 110.5 level, and that would be its full monthly range. Very possible. It's only got another 100 pips to go down, so can definitely do that. It moves on average 75 pips a day. 4.5 days, it only has 100. It's very reasonable. This trade right now probably do pretty well, to be honest. It's good. The pound against all the other pairs that we looked at was selling off, so that also gets well. We'll reevaluate this zone because obviously it's very significant. So, but I do think it could definitely this 110.5 level finish off its monthly range. So that is a trade setup that I would take here. Again, let price come up these 10 pips. Right now it's at 111.42. Let it come back up to 11.3 here to get the the best R ratio you can. Set your stop just above this to above the high today. Make sure you're out of that support range. Get stopped out, and yeah, take position, make 4 times your money. Pound yen not doing consolidating. Coming up, big bull candle into this is off, so not much. You're going to just have to wait. Very bullish, 1,013 above. Very, very bullish. Definitely look for buys. Just have to wait to see candle. It was a little bit weird, but quite a bit of rejection on it to the downsides. If you look at last month, obviously very, very bullish, and all the months before that, most likely we'll go upwards. Have to wait till the momentum comes back in the market. Target the big buy. So that's pound yen. Now we're on pound kiwi, and similar to pound Aussie, rejecting this area quite a few. Very well. Wow, I mean that's a big. This might move. I guess I'm excited to see how this plays out. Like it's got 500, almost 600, about 550 finish off this. Now that it didn't do much the first of the month, it might do its full move now. You can see like this is all of July. It didn't really break the zone, didn't do much, so it might be doing a lot now at the end of the month. Strong downwards at the end of the month. If it breaks the rejected a bunch of times, there's enough bearish momentum coming into the zone. If it breaks it, I'll head lower to 2015 here. I think it could do it because it didn't move at all at the beginning of the month and the mid-month. Now towards the end, final moves. We'll see if it does that, and then I'm curious to see how the month closes, because if it does that move and then it closes like a full bearish candle on them, then I might be looking to short this next month because the momentum might be shifting. Although it's very bullish now, it's way above this. It really had a tough time breaking the 209 level, and clearly it hasn't broken an area. The levels that even came close to the moving average as well. So monthly wise, and that might have been the high. It might now. It might. It's not uncommon for market. So for example, we're halfway through 2023, so the beginning of the year, the first 6 months of the year was bullish. It's not on a switch for the next of this year. It'll be bearish for sells. But I mean, it's a little too soon to tell that, but that does happen. So we'll wait. If it breaks this zone, we'll see range. Setups are for next. So pound D, perfect full retrace. Right in at 618 level now. Finding a little bit of resistance. Like that's a perfect 5R. So, but it is the end of the month. There's not a ton of momentum in the markets. This did just finish full retracement. Now we have to decide, head back up and it's long trend, or is it keep trickling down a little bit for a deep retracement before momentum comes in, or is it just going to go bearish? It really depends on how the dollar, because the dollar is hitting its retracement right now. So if the dollar decides to start selling off again, obviously the dollar up. But if that doesn't start to sell off, if the dollar doesn't selling off, then keep going down. So we'll have to wait on this as well. But to see its full month, basically all the dollar pairs did its full monthly. So this Germany 40. So don't usually trade these, but I do like in the spreads on them. Fantastic. They're all kind of function, and they're all hitting major areas. So this 16,200 level, rejecting it perfect. Keep pushing a little bit higher, a little bit higher, but it is rejecting as far as next month. Something like this, very, very possible. Keep this in mind. Obviously, this is taking its time. And end of the month, so not a lot of momentum either direction. So we'll just watch this, see how it sets up. Eventually, some short positions, I think, but it might be next month. But this is good to watch because as soon as this decides to sell off, think about how many shorts are getting in now at this area. Everyone's setting there to start selling off. Just gotta wait. Good old NAS 100 hit this 15.9 level, rejected, big bearish candle out of it. So not much you can do yet, but the other indexes are selling off. I assume this one will as well, but there's no good signs yet that it would have to break. And then if it breaks, it's fair assessment that it might go lower, but yeah, just gotta wait. Like, this thing is so overpriced, and there is previous all-time highs up here, but I'm gonna just have to let them close and see if it breaks the area a bit higher highs. If it breaks this area, I'm a bigger retracement per se, because it hasn't ever since mid-March. Way above this, there's a lot of room, but it's now, and it might start this gap a little bit. We'll see. Just have to wait for as well. Okay, so this is its full monthly here, and it's completing it, to be honest. I like the Kiwi pairs as well. They bearish, the high, the low target. So it is actually, price is breaking above this. So yeah, I wouldn't enter on this. Yeah, I wouldn't enter this at all, but it will most likely continue down to this month low at 81. And heading into next month, we'll look for more shorts. I do think you look at last week's very bearish engulfing. I'd be looking to short this for the rest of the It will probably continue down. It's just not enough, only about 100 pips here. If we were to short it now, the most you could expect for this 100 pips, so that's not enough to get worth entering. That is the CAD. Moving on to Kiwi Swiss, same as these pairs, trending down. Big bearish, bullish candle back into this little minis. It seems like it is rejecting, so this will most likely head lower. This would be the full range 3 level. Don't know if it'll do it this month, but obviously it got pretty close. It got within 40 pips, so that's pretty good, but still a few days left, so it could start breaking. It might even break below this monthly low, and it might hit a full month 80 pips ish. So that's NZD Swiss, good old Kiwi Swiss, exciting but very consistent. Kiwi Yen, not doing too much, consolidating with the other yen pairs. Just have to wait and see. Still bullish, still above this average. Wait for the momentum to come back in. Hopefully it's a lot of bulls come in, and then you start targeting big buys with it. Then we can do, gotta wait. Kiwi dollar, hedge zone, selling off, very consistent. Bearish counter bearish candle, doing a little bit of a pullback now. Most likely resistance, probably this area here. So yeah, pretty much where it is now. Fine resistance and lower. This is quite a bit, so it might not hit its full monthly range. No, it did hit the month. Who knows, if it breaks this zone and there's a momentum, could count on it. Pretty slow for the rest of the month. So that is Kiwi dollar. This is interesting. So oil pushed above this. I originally had thought this was a perfect short trade. There wasn't enough confirmations yet to jump in, but it was setting. So you had this moving average that it was rejecting. You know, even this right into this zone, rejected. This zone is rejected many times. This whole level, the $77 level. So I mean, all the signs were there for a short, but again, that bearish momentum never really fully came in to push it lower. Now it's actually broke above quite a bit and is now bullish. It's above this average. You know, a lot of bullish on $67 level, right? That it rejected four times, and now it's straight up basically is above the moving average. So now, like as of right now, oil's bullish. So even with the dollar pushing up and weaker, so it's still oil's still going up. So like that's counterintuitive, but that's how it is to watch with oil. Don't really know. I mean, its full monthly range is about $13, I believe. $13. It's done 9.7. Might still go up $3 more. Might hit close to $82 this month, which would be this high up here. It would be close to this area here of previous resistance that it might head up to. So I would wait for that. As of right now, no trades on oil. Don't have any idea yet. So, but is recently bullish. Broke above this big bullish candle above it. Oil is a buy into areas, but it is bullish. Okay, so UK 100. I do have 2 positions. I am hedged on this thing. I don't regret getting in. It's just I'm going to be tied up for this index. So it looks like it is running out of steam slowly but surely. There's a major area here. So hopefully this is running out of steam. I got hedged here. I got a buy here. I have a sell way down here. So it's barely costing me to keep open. It's good. But you know, and I'm going to learn. I mean, I have learned a lot from this trade already, but taking, you know, having to the bot with a long and being hedged a few weeks, being disciplined, patient, in order to not lose a pair. Like instead of losing, I would have lost something to happen. Eventually, I'm going to make money. So it was a really nice difference. Instead of losing money, which is what we want. And it was a real, like I went over in previous videos in this area. Like, this was the perfect short position. Like based on my trading philosophy and strategies, like I did everything right. The price switched up and annihilated. I did have a buy that was lower than this. I closed it before because I thought I lost it. Clearly kept going. I had to take another buy position a bit higher, but the first one I did make money off of. So it is what it is. Going this one out. They hedged for a while to see how it plays out, but odds are I will still make money, but at times I thought the trade that would go, I thought it was rejecting so hard here. It was below this moving average. I was like, perfect, this right to here. Quick, a few days, make really good money, no problem, no stress. But instead I got this nightmare now. So I'm dealing with it. And I think I'll do just fine, to be honest. So a good learning lesson. Sometimes price can be totally wrong. Your analysis, everything is correct as far as the setup and your trading plan, all the fundamentals, everything aligns properly. For whatever reason, cooperate completely again, and you have to deal with it. So that is what I am doing. Alright, S&P 500 is hitting this major area, which is going to happen for the rest of the month here, but yeah, next month. And looking at how this week is a lot, and maybe this is finally S&P hitting its all-time high kind of thing, and not all-time, previous high, most recent high, and maybe this is going to sell off. Which trend could be it. Have to wait probably a week until this closes. And yeah, I'd be excited to see this sell off. These indexes are so overpriced. S&P 500, the NASDAQ, are so overpriced. I want them to sell off, and I want the markets to operate properly. Now they're not. Eventually though. So if this decides this is high which direction, head low next month, so just wait. You can. So it's kind of what I figured. With both the US dollar and the Canadian dollar just very even right now. They're both gaining strength and losing strength the same. So yeah, not much is going to happen with these, I don't think. We'd have to see a big move either direction. I mean, the USD is bearish. With oil getting stronger, that is more likely to push this lower. They are inversely correlated. Stronger, US dollar weaker. Canadian dollar is the petrodollar. It gets more based on demand for oil is going up. The Canadian dollar goes up and it's down. So as far as right now, I mean projection. But USD Swiss. Okay, this is it's like the other Swiss pairs. A little bit different dollar, but did its full monthly move and then some. This bearish candle, fully move. Now is retracing slowly but surely. We'll probably make it up to this level, this end level, probably the 89 or 80. We'll probably make it up to that slowly. Maybe probably take at least the rest of this month and next week. We'll just kind of find its way back up here and then look for another short. That's what I see as of right now. Way below this moving average. I don't think the US dollar is going to gain money over the Swiss dollar. I think it'll stay bearish, but I do think it's way up. It needs to short it from at right around this 88 level, like area that shorts would want to come short this. Would wait for price to come up here into next month. Some short position. Almost done all these pairs here, so yeah, this is good. See yen. Its monthly move, and now it's full retrace area. The 8 levels is bullish. Will most likely continue to wait till price retrend and all them to the other yen pairs. Let's rock back up. The USD yen is not the other yen pairs. It's dollars, so that's something to keep in mind. But it did do its full retrace. Perfect. Can't ask for more than that. It is still very. So yeah, that's the yen. I think to wait a bit longer for that moment to come in for all the yen pairs, and then a big high move, 5-6 pips again. Yeah, silver not doing too much, still bullish, but yeah, I don't really see anything with silver. I trade silver a lot, but it's not the setups to take. So that's pretty much the silver. I don't see much. Hit the $25 mark and hold off, so I don't see it. Moving on to gold here. So it's back into this room. Never did. It's got about 2/3 of this huge result. It's kind of ranging a little bit in between these. So don't know what it wants to do. It is bullish. So I'm more inclined to buy it, but yeah, it's just not enough bullish one to consider buying. Hit this area, sold off, is now hitting this area, but doesn't look like it really wants to fly back up. With the dollar retracing also come to play. With the dollar gaining strength, just retracing. Might have to wait for the dollar to resume its bearish trend and then look to buy gold. So I might have to wait the rest of the week and gold early next month. Because I do think they're bullish, obviously. It's way above. It has higher highs. We've been a lot of. Still look at buying gold, just not yet. I'd wait till next month, see how this month closes, and then I'll wait till next. Watch the dollar and see if the dollar is going to start heading lower again. It'd be pretty active. So that is the market breakdown, guys. Took quite a bit, but worth it. Worth going through everything to see how everything plays out the end of the month. And I always like the end of the month analysis. It prepares me for next money moves. So the end of the month is boring-ish, but it really puts set up for the prep work that you take into this month. Really sets you up for. It's obviously worth it even right now. Thanks for watching this.